Labour MPs on live TV interviews, it's a mix that just doesn't work. Time and time again, they find themselves completely out of their depth, unable to provide clear answers to the pressing questions they're invited to address. Instead of clarity, viewers are left with evasive statements and political jargon that sidesteps the real issues. In today's video, we'll be diving into one such interview, featuring Darren Jones, the Chief Secretary to the Treasury. Jones was confronted with the same question multiple times: when will people start feeling less of a squeeze on the pound in their pocket? The news presenter, clearly determined to get a straightforward answer, had to ask him the same question not once, not twice, but 8 times. And yet, what did we get in response? A lot of talking, a lot of deflecting, and not much else, a true masterclass in saying nothing. As we break down this interview and react to the points made, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Join our fast-growing community and stay tuned for more insights into the key political moments shaping the conversation today.
We're being told that we need to give Rachel Reeves time. She's not the Manchester United manager. She's the Chancellor of the Exchequer. How much time does she need? How much time does she need? So we all feel better about our economy and our cost of living and the way that we spend our money. 5 years? So how long before we feel better about the economy?
We want to unlock.
When do people feel that they've got more money in their pocket? How much time does she need?
Well, look, there's no denying that the economy that the Chancellor of this government inherited was one of low growth, high debt and public services on their knees. I think that's why the British people voted for change at the last election. It's going to take time. Well, it depends what the specific question is, but what I can't tell you is...
So we all feel better about our economy and our cost of living and the way that we spend our money?
Sure. Over the course of this Parliament, as we go into the next election, the whole premise of the Prime Minister's plan for change is that people will feel the difference the Labour government makes. We're all working really hard to do that. You've seen in the Prime Minister's plan for change on health, on more money in people's pockets, on more homes being available for people across the country. That's what we're working to deliver. We've been in for, 6 months now? Slightly longer. We've wiped the slate clean with the budget. We've taken some difficult decisions at the start of our term in office in order to draw a line under the last government. And now we're working really hard, and this is our first full year in government in 2025, to make sure that we're really focused on delivering the people's priorities as we set out in the plan.
So how long before we feel better about the economy?
Well, we want disposable income to increase so people have got more money in their pocket. We want to unlock... It depends, Kate. Give me a specific example. I'll tell you.
I've just given you one. People at home this morning, when people are... the economy. So when do people feel that they've got more money in their pocket?
Well, that should be happening on a continuous basis over the coming months and years. The fact that inflation is coming down to target, well, that means that's happening now, right, Kay? Because inflation is coming down to target, which means the speed at which the cost of product is going up is slowing. And so people will already start to feel that they've got a little bit more money in their pocket.
It's no surprise that the audience had strong reactions to Darren Jones's performance. Honestly, who wouldn't? Let's be real here. When a minister can't give a clear answer to a straightforward question, it leaves a sour taste. One viewer nailed it, calling his responses evasive. And they're right. How can anyone feel confident in leadership when the answers are vague at best? Another viewer pointed out something we all know too well: they never give a 100% answer. It's like watching a masterclass in dodging accountability. But here's the thing that really stands out. One comment summed up the frustration perfectly. When someone said, "It doesn't fill you with confidence," it struck a chord. Isn't the government supposed to inspire trust and deliver clarity, not leave us feeling more uncertain? And let's not forget the cutting remark that unless you're a farmer, a business owner, a parent, a pensioner, or just about anyone else, you might be seeing these so-called benefits. Come on, who exactly is feeling these improvements? Let me know what you think. Do you agree with these reactions? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Labour's decision to move forward with disability benefit reforms, originally drafted by the Conservative government, has sparked significant controversy. Despite a High Court ruling deeming the consultation process unlawful, Labour seems determined to implement these changes, leaving many questioning their commitment to social justice. The proposed reforms would slash benefits like the Personal Independence Payment, PIP, by hundreds of pounds for new applicants by 2029, drastically altering the financial landscape for many disabled individuals. Let's take a closer look at the impact. The changes to the Work Capability Assessment, WCA, system would affect over 450,000 disabled people. These are some of the most vulnerable members of society, already among the poorest and most excluded. Imagine being part of a group that constantly has to fight for recognition, only to face policies that further strip away support. The reforms would shift the focus away from mobility and movement difficulties when assessing disability, a move that disability rights activists have labeled as regressive. For many, this could mean losing essential financial assistance, leaving them unable to meet basic needs or access the resources required to live independently. Chancellor Rachel Reeves has justified these reforms as a necessary step to address the £22 billion black hole in public finances. But at what cost? The Office for Budget Responsibility estimates that only 15,400 disabled people would find paid work as a result of these measures by 2029. Compare that to the 450,000 people who will face financial cuts, and it's clear that the numbers don't add up. This isn't about creating opportunities, it's about saving money, no matter the human cost. Internal documents from the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, even revealed that cost savings were a key motivation for these changes. The High Court highlighted that the original consultation process misled participants by framing the reforms as solely aimed at helping disabled people into work, while downplaying the financial harm they would cause. For many, this feels like history repeating itself, another example of political decisions being made without truly considering the people they affect. Disability rights groups, including Inclusion London, have been vocal in their opposition. They argue that these policies will lead to a regression in rights for disabled people, undermining the UK's obligations under the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Disabled People. How can we, as a society, claim to value inclusion and fairness when policies like these target those who need the most support? Justice Cowell's ruling emphasised the rushed and unfair nature of the original consultation process. The 8-week consultation period was deemed too short, and the documents provided failed to clearly outline the financial implications for disabled people. Yet, Labour seems prepared to proceed with these reforms, promising to address the shortcomings in the consultation process but showing no signs of abandoning the policies altogether. This raises an important question: can a rebranded consultation truly address the deep flaws in the policy itself? For disabled individuals and their advocates, the stakes couldn't be higher. The WCA policy changes are not just numbers on a spreadsheet, they represent real-life consequences for hundreds of thousands of people. Cutting benefits for some of the most disadvantaged members of society under the guise of fiscal responsibility feels not only misguided but fundamentally cruel. Critics argue that it's not enough to tweak the messaging or extend the consultation period. What's needed is a complete re-evaluation of the government's approach to disability benefits. The controversy surrounding these reforms is compounded by the broader economic pressures facing the government. Rising borrowing costs and the need to stabilise public finances have put immense pressure on Chancellor Reeves to deliver results. But is targeting disabled people the right solution? Activists argue that Labour should use this moment to rethink its priorities and demonstrate a genuine commitment to protecting the rights and dignity of all citizens, not just those who fit neatly into the workforce. As we wrap up, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on these proposed reforms? Do you think the government is justified in pursuing them, or do you believe they're making a grave mistake? Let me know your opinions in the comments below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions on the issues that matter most. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Take care.